I get to Bach Rabbi Isai. So there I was last night trying to figure out what on earth am I going to give shir on this morning. We need to start a brand new sugya. We need to start something fresh in the halacha shurim. It's been a while. So I'm thinking, what should we do? What could we do that's going to be the gas? So first thought that came into my head was, okay, the Gedolim and Tzaddikim are telling us Shabbos Kodesh. We have to get back into Shabbos Kodesh. We have to be Shomer Shabbos, Mechabed the Shabbos. The Matzav in Eretz Yisrael requires us to be Mechabed Shabbos a bissel more. So that's what we have to do. So okay, said that, Gavaldik. So we're going to do Shabbos. We'll do Hilchos Shabbos. Let's be Mechabed the Shabbos. Let's Shomer Shabbos a bissel more. Moedik. Then I thought to myself, okay, Shabbos is grace. Shabbos is Gavaldik. You got Lamates Malachas. You got all the Durabbanans. You got all the Gzeiras. There's so much going on. What are we going to pick? So let's pick some interesting, like from left field halacha that like no one knew was Nageya, and then we'll do that. Then I thought to myself, well, don't you sometimes miss out on like the obvious? Like sometimes you're so busy trying to find something so interesting and so from left field, you forgot about like the meat and potatoes, the main, the ikka, zach of Shabbos Kodesh. So the first malacha that came to my head was like, what about boira? Boira, we probably do that every 6 months in yeshiva. We must do boira every 6 months in yeshiva. So I did, I'll admit to you, this is what I did. I'm telling you the halacha l'maaseh, this is exactly what I did. I went on to TorahAnytime.com, wonderful, amazing website that spreads Torah all around the world, and I decided to search my name, and I searched boira. This is what I did. I searched boira, and I'm like, okay, probably like 4 months ago we did boira in yeshiva or something. Guess what? In this building, we have never done Hilchos Boira. You remember from the old building we did, I have a raya from the old Oren HaKodesh, right? So Lamais, that was the last time we did Boira in Yeshiva. Now you guys learned it Be'in Avada. So, but I'm thinking, but I thought to myself, in this setting, as a quick chazorah for those guys that did it, and for those guys that didn't do it, we need to do Hilchos Boira. I mean, this is, how could you have a Shabbos Kodesh without knowing Hilchos Boira? Right, Kiyadua, the Heilige Chayza Melublin, the Heilige Chayza, Erev Shabbos Kodesh, he was about to make Kiddush, and he paused for a few minutes. It wasn't long. He paused for a few minutes, and the Hasidim around the table were wondering, Rebbe, what happened? What was going on in Shemayim? What was the grace of Zach that you were about to be poil? Like, well, what happened? So the Rebbe said, no. I like to do Chazor and all Hilchos Shabbos before I start Shabbos. Right before I make Kiddush, I do Chazor and the ganze Hilchos Shabbos. So I think if the Gedolim are telling us that Shabbos is what's going to save us, it's what's going to protect us, this is an opportunity. Let's learn a bissel boira, Rabbi Isai. Sometimes it's the simple ones that we also forget as well. So we're going to go into Be'ez Hashem the next few days. We're not going to spend too long. We're going to go through a surface little look on Hilchos Boira to understand and know. We've spoken about this before, by the way. The Mishnah Berurah writes in Akdama, very important. The Chofetz Chaim says that if you do not know Hilchos Shabbos, Yosef, if you're not a baki in Hilchos Shabbos, which Be'ez Hashem you will be, but if you're not, then you could be over on an Issa of Shabbos. We made once a calculation, Moish, about 278 times every single Shabbos. Now, when it comes to Boira, that's probably one of the most Nagea ones as well. In fact, Rav Chaim Kanievsky Zatzal quotes his father, the Stipler, that brought down that Boira is a very hard malacha to be mavara all the mitzias and the different shailas and the protim that could come up over there. But if you think about it, on Shabbos Kodesh, one of the most Nagea malachas that apply Vadai, every single Shabbos, and probably on the hour, every hour, is the Malacha of Boira. Why? Let's talk about it for a moment. We'll do today a little bit of a Hagdama just to start off, and then a bit of Shem tomorrow we'll go through all of the details, okay? Boira means, and in the Mishkan, Shabbos Ein Dalet, everybody knows the Mishnah, where the Mishnah tells us the Lamates Malachos, one of them was Boira. What was Boira? Boira means to separate, right? To separate two different things. We'll speak about the Hagdara soon. Therefore, it was done in the Mishkan to separate the grain from the pebbles, and therefore, for that reason, we cannot do Boira on Shabbos. Now, the Olam Mistoma have a kasha, which we're not going to go into, but for those that learned the Be'in last year, for sure remember the kasha, and that was, why is Boira not a malacha she'ein tzricha legufa? I don't need that which I'm taking out, right? I don't know what a malacha she'ein tzricha legufa is, right? A malacha that I don't need that which I'm doing. Right? Gemara talks about it by digging a hole and not needing the earth. Al Kaponim, the point is that when you have a malacha like this and you separate two things, what are you doing on Shabbos? We know that every malacha on Shabbos is something that is a constructive purpose. I'm doing something. I'm accomplishing something, right? Eliodov, you with me? I'm accomplishing something. So I understand if I cook, then I accomplish something. Because when I cook something, I made it from raw to cook. But if Lamaisa, I just separated something, what is the Groise Issa? What did I do already? There's a Ben Ish Chai, by the way. The Ben Ish Chai writes, it could be, it's a shaila in the Ben Ish Chai, whether or not, if I did boyer on Shabbos, if I go along and put back the item, was I masakin the Issa or not? In other words, pshat is if I did boyer, so if all I did is take it out, so put it back in again. What am I telling you? Every makib patish should take it out or put it back in. Put it back in makib patish? Forget, I don't want it that way. It's spoiled to me that way.
You're saying you're fixing the product.
I only want to take it out, not want to put it in. Right? So I refixed it. Whatever. The reverse of the reverse. Whatever. The point is that, why is boira malacha? Right? Let's understand this. Ilan, are you with me? Why is boira a malacha on Shabbos? So let's understand this from a very simple level. Nosamea. You have a bowl of nuts and raisins. I do not like raisins. I don't like raisins. I cannot eat the bowl of nuts and raisins. Or I've got peas and carrots. And I cannot stand carrots. I like peas. I don't like carrots. So the problem over here is I have a bowl, shleimala, of something that's not fixed. It's not ready to eat. It's not usable. By taking out that which I don't want, which by the way, Tosfos also says a very big insight. Tosfos in Ayin Daled says, people think, what's boira? Boira means like bones. That's boira. You have a good little schmaltz hating, and you take out the bones. Oh, that's boira, because nobody eats bones. You can't eat bones. There's no dogs around to eat bones. But if I have, for example, something that I personally don't like, what's the boira? I just don't like it. It's not bad be'etzem. So Tosfos famously says, no. Tosfos says that what you do not like is considered to be boira. That's the bad guy. So you're taking the bad guy from the good guy. Mimela, that's going to be an Isra boira. It doesn't make a difference whether or not it's intrinsically bad, as long as you do not like it even right now. Right? Big shaila, by the way. I hope we get some of these shailas. But let's say, for example, you have a kneidel in the soup, and I don't like it in the soup. I want to eat it separately. I want to take it out and put it separately on the soup. Is that going to be boira? Meaning I want it, but not now. Or let's say, for example, I don't like beans in the chulent. I don't like beans in the chulent, but you do. So I'll take them out to give to you. Is that boira? I don't like them, but you do. You're going to eat them. Is that boira? What does the olim say? No, the olim that learned it last year that like smiled and said, we know Hilchos boira. So the guys that learned it last year, is that boira? It is boira. Yeah. Should I say the name? I shouldn't say the name? I shouldn't say the name, right? We're not going to mention the name, right? Especially when it's wrong. The Pri Megadim says, in the Mishpah Saitz of, the Pri Megadim says that if somebody else likes it and they're eating it now, then Avadim, it's okay. In other words, I'm taking out something that I don't like. But he likes it and he's eating it now, I'm taking it out for him, it's okay. Rabbi, so we're giving a lot of different examples. What's that? It doesn't make a difference who takes it out. As long as you're giving it, someone's eating it now, it's okay. Rabbi said we're giving a lot of details. But let me just give you two very important ideas to understand what is boira. Zevi, are you with me? This is very crucial for our future life. This is crucial, Yehidala. This is crucial for our future life. We have to know this. Your wife is going to ask you this question. She's going to say, Yida, is this boira? And if you answer like a lot of people, I think it's okay. Yeah, it doesn't look to me like boira. I think it's okay. Right? Right? Well, I don't know. But as we've said many times, Rabbi Isai, as he said many times, Yosef, listen carefully, this is very important. Chesky, you with me? It's very important. Your wife went to seminary, and she knows all the halachas. Seminary girls learn all the halachas. You guys don't know that, right? But I'm just telling you, Yosef, that seminary girls know all the halachas. And you're going to get married, and they're going to say, Yankala, what do I do? You're like, I don't know. I know Tosfos and Zvachim. You're like, I'm Oretz. Machal Shabbos Daraisa. What type of marriage you want? Rabbi Shlomo, this is marriage classes. Here it is. Right here. Poshet Shalom Bayis. Anyway, so there are two specific things that you have to know. Ready for this? This makes boira. Meaning, if you don't have the following two things, there's no shaila of boira. Okay? Condition number one. There has to be two different items. Now we will explain Be'ezus Hashem tomorrow what means two different items. Okay, we're going to change your whole Shabbos Kodesh. People think it's only negated to food. It's not negated to food. Taz says us before, in your test very clearly that it's negated to anything. A pair of socks, a tie, a fork and a knife, a sefer. Can you imagine? A sefer on Shabbos afternoon that you're looking through piles of sforim to get the one you want. It's hard, right? There's a whole different type of piles. You need to get the ones that you want. You want to take it. Could be a Shaila Rabbayah. We're dealing with Shaila V'Daraisa over here. That means that, by the way, when we talk about a Shaila V'Daraisa, that means Be'ez Hashem, Be'ez HaMikdash, right? 2 Eidim, take them off the cliff, boom! Yay! Everybody's cheering. It's like Hansamite. Oh, and if it's only B'Shoigeg, even if it's a D'Rabbanon, so the Rambam says B'Seder, so you fast for 40 days every Monday and Thursday. Nishka Fe'elech. A D'Rabbanon! Why not? It's only a D'Rabbanon. Chas v'shalom. Only D'Rabbanon. What do we say about D'Rabbanons, Rabbi Yisai? It's been a while. Rabbi Yisai. It's Machazik Dinyan. What do we say about D'Rabbanons? The D'Rabbanon fire is also very hot. I remember hearing from Arush Yeshiva of Scheinberg, quoted Aruch HaShulchan Be'etzem, that he said that if a person says, it's only a D'Rabbanon, don't mixtarve him to a minion. You need a minion, don't mixtarve that guy to a minion. He said it's only a D'Rabbanon. Chas v'shalom. Anyway, so Rabbi said, let's move on very quickly. 2 conditions. Yosef, are you with me? JJ, you with me? Condition number 1. There has to be 2 different items. If they are the same, there's no boira. That's condition number 1. Condition number 2, Chesky, is what? There has to be a mixture. There has to be a Tarovis. There has to be a mixture. If there's no mixture, then there is no boira. Now we have to define what is a mixture. You open the freezer and you want that ice cream, and there's something on the way, and you shove something on the way. Boom! Chayev daraisa b'shem boira. Rabbi said, once you know the halachas, I guarantee you Shabbos becomes easier, not harder. And Be'ez Hashem, tomorrow we'll go through the details. Have a wonderful day.